Hello everyone, Cliff Turbo here, showing you another video of what to get on Nintendo 3DS/Wii U. So, in my last video, I mostly showed the Atlas games about what to get here, and yeah, I practically had them here. But now I want to show you all the Virtual Console games. Yes, more Nintendo stuff. So first, I want to show you all the 8-bit games that I have. Funny stuff, most of them are the Zelda games. I actually bought them because one, I know that when I'm going to find them, they're going to be real expensive on the Game Boys and especially the NES here. And second, I still don't think they have made very accessible ways to actually play them, so I only bought them because I'm also really curious about the Zelda games and their history. And yeah, also because this whole finding some old games at not too expensive stuff. So yes, this is the perfect opportunity, and I played them, and I enjoyed some of them. Okay, where's the focus here? Well, anyways, this is the NES of The Legend of Zelda from 1987. This is the game that is known to have this save feature, because most games at the time doesn't have that. And it's very essential too if you want to beat all these dungeons, because this game is long, and it's really difficult too. I only beat around 3 dungeons, and they can be really hard without the save state, so I definitely recommend you to do that very often. So, yeah, it does show its age, but for what it's worth on the eShop right now, I still say it's worth a try. And then there's Link's Awakening DX. I bet it's called DX because it was released on the Game Boy, but now it's on Game Boy Color, where it has, colors. I think that's it, really. And many holds this on the high regard too, just like in Link to the Past and such. I guess because it's the first handheld game, and even now they really enjoy it. I actually enjoy it. But it does get me pretty lost really easily, just like the other 2D Zelda games. But this game can be really fun, and I really like the dungeons so far. And then there's Oracle of Seasons. I bought this instead of Ages because here it has easier dungeons, and I can kind of tell because it's the one I could really easily get into. Most dungeons are really too complicated, and this game is kind of easy to get into. So if you want some, some Zelda games you really want to start with first, this could be it. But yeah, those are the 3 Zelda games. And now, I don't know if I should count this one as a Virtual Console, but I pretty much can do that. 3D Classics of Kirby's Adventure, developed by Erika. Yeah, basically the NES game of the Kirby's Adventure, but now it can display 3D, and it looks really good. And yeah, so this is my very first Kirby game. I really enjoy it, I really do. And I never played the Superstar yet, but from what I hear, it's really good, so I better get that on the Wii U, because it's not on 3DS, unfortunately. Definitely try this game though. It doesn't cost much, and yes, try it. What else can I say? It's a Kirby game. It's really fun, easy, and yes. And then there's Sonic the Hedgehog Triple Trouble. Okay, this is a game I can't really talk about, because I kind of started a little with Kirby here. Because this is a game I tried on Sonic Gems Collection. I really enjoyed this game. Probably the best Sonic game on the Game Gear. Because, fun fact, this is the only Sonic game I think that is not made for the Master System. And because of that, they actually keep an eye on the crunch screen, because the reason most people really mixed about the others is because the screen crunch. But because this game is specifically made for the Game Gear, this game has some good level design based on that. And yes, I really do think it has some solid levels. Sunset Park, for example, are really memorable. And it's kind of easy to really 100% the game. I really suggest you play this one too if you really want to add this on your 3DS. You can play it on Adventure and the James Collection, but hey, handheld can't hurt. Again. And now we go to the 16-bit. Now, I want you to know that you can only buy and play the SNES games on a new Nintendo 3DS. You can't do this with the ordinary ones. I guess it's because it has a bit more power to it, a bit more juice to really emulate all these games here. I mean, it kinda sucks, because we all know the 3DS is more than powerful enough to run them, but I guess they don't want to use too much power on, want to invest too much on this, so just want to find an easy way possible. But this is what we have to stick with. Okay, let's go right here. The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past. Many people praise this game to bits. I can't really see that honestly, because this game was a bit of a drag to play through. I really like the art style, I really like the pixels and such, and most levels, and the music, and the world, and even the dungeons are really phenomenal. But when you're just going through the overworlds and trying to beat all these dungeons, this game can really drag a bit. Especially when we're going from one world to the other, you know, going to the dark world with the mirror. So that's why I couldn't really get into this game as much as the others. Maybe I'm just not really into Zelda that as much as the others, but that's just what I feel. But hey, if you really want to try it, then okay, sure. Maybe there's something you see in this game that I can't. But this is amazing. Super Metroid on SNES 1994. I beat this game. It took me time, but I really did, and man, I can see why everybody praised this one that much. I mean, it's huge and you can kinda get lost, but when you just get used to this game, this is a really great SNES game to gain on your new 3DS. I mean, the levels, there's so much to discover, and the music, it really builds on the atmosphere that the levels already has. And as soon as I beat it, I was just satisfied with this one, so just like all the other Metroid games on the Virtual Consoles on Wii U, pick this one up. It's also on the Wii U if you want to get that, but I got it on 3DS because handheld, I just like the convenience. And the next one, Super Mario World. It's a great 2D platformer game. You can kind of play it anywhere, but I'm really glad I could find it on the 3DS as well. Since I don't really think the new Super Mario Bros. 2 is that great. This one has a lot of levels you can discover and play through. I've actually gone way up to the Star Road, and it completely changed the whole thing after I beat it. But hey, I'm really glad I could just go that far into this game because I really enjoyed it. 10 out of 10 for me. I don't even have new Super Mario Bros. 3, but I was thinking of getting that even though I have it on Wii U. Just to have all these Mario games on it. This one, Earthbound. I only bought it because I hear it's incredibly pricey at online, and I'm really into RPGs, so yes, sir, I can definitely try this one out. This is my first time playing Earthbound, and well, it's kind of weird. At least the weirdness is part of its charm. This is a great game to have, and I should definitely suggest you get that one too. You can play it on Nintendo Switch Online, but you don't even own it, so this is probably your only way, also on Wii U, to even play and own Earthbound. There's also Earthbound Beginnings, but I'm afraid that with an RPG this old, there might be something about it I won't even like. Okay, I do have soul hackers, but it's probably learning from some mistakes, or maybe it's just a lot easier than the beginning one. But hey, I guess I was just judging too quickly, but well, what do you think of Earthbound Beginnings? Do you think I should try it or not? And then there's Donkey Kong Country 2, Diddy Kong's Quest. I bought this one because I hear it's the best one, and I don't even have the third one because I already have it on Game Boy Advance, so why even buy the second part? Or the second version? Anyway, I do hear this game is really hard too, and I can definitely see that. Without save state, I think I would have wasted a lot of coins on saving my game, and I would rather avoid that. But anyway, yeah, I really do think all these levels are quite solid. I almost reached the top. I haven't beat this game just yet, but I'm really close. This is a great game, and I definitely suggest you should get that one too, while you still have the chance. So yeah, that is it for all these games that I have here. Let me know if you really like all the suggestions that I have. The next part, I might even record all these Wii U games that I also have. You know, the Virtual Console ones, of course. Because there's certainly a lot of games that I really want to recommend you guys before it's too late. You know, because so we don't have to try and chase them all down in the online. Especially when people are just pricing them up in a very absurd number. I hate it when they do that. But yes, anyway, that was it from me, Cliff Turbo, and yes, peace from YouTube. Bye.